Most are focused on a path to survive, while some are focused on creating a formula to thrive. The ego mind will give up on following their heart because of past experiences, words, reactions, and failures, while the soul spark follows the heart regardless and builds from their experiences, reactions, and failures. Most bury their vulnerabilities, believing it to be the best way to show external strength, while some share their vulnerabilities, weaknesses, and imperfections to create true, authentic inner strength. The ego mind perceives solitude as loneliness, dysfunctional, and something to be concerned with, while the soul spark uses solitude to work on weaknesses and release energies that don't serve one's highest possible timeline. Most use solely intellect to discern information and truth, while some combine intellect, intuition, and heart-mind connectivity to discern information and truth. The ego mind compares and judges others in order to obtain external validation, while the soul spark seeks only internal validation and releases comparisons and judgment of others. Most are unable to find peace, flow, acceptance, forgiveness, joy, and freedom in a struggle to control life, while some are able to find peace, flow, acceptance, forgiveness, joy, and freedom from releasing control and surrendering to what is. Most are looking to be led by someone's directive, while some find leadership by innovating and creating their own directive. The ego mind finds solace, safety, and stability in society's rules, constructs, and ways of doing things, while the soul spark finds solidarity and drive in breaking free from the way things are meant to be done. Most will blame their genetics for family health and well-being issues, yet subscribing to the junk DNA hypothesis, while some see their DNA as accessible, working with personal and family past timelines in the quantum realm, allowing healing and awakened DNA helix activation communication. The ego mind believes in living and giving with conditions, unable to give freely in a vibration of scarcity, blocking the ability to receive freely, while the soul gives freely, knowing that the true path to receiving abundance is sharing from a place of caring and respect, like the star people taught the rock people of the Flinders Ranges. Most will avoid directly confronting situations that means going through anxiety, fear, depression, sadness, anger, and even rage, while some directly walk through these situations and layers of triggering emotions, allowing for self-loving intent to flow in, to fully embrace reality as it truly stands. Most want to talk about what's presented on the news, while some want to talk about why we are having such news presented for us. Most worry about what others will think if they express their point of view, while some express their point of view, concerned if they do nothing can change. Most would love to see the world change for the better while looking to external signs for it to happen, while some look internally for positive change in order to facilitate changing the world externally. The ego mind is limited by so many external factors, stark blocked and even blind by how the individual physical body is treated. And the soul spark suffers a similar fate for similar reasons. Our magnificence, our highest version, Our soul self-recognition, our expression is blinded when we think we have all the answers. When our chakra energy centers are blocked out of balance, and when we solely operate from ego. When we only allow for information processing in the awakened, conscious, everyday brainwave state, and when the pineal gland is calcified. The mind, body, and soul are blinded to our exquisiteness when consuming toxic substances like junk foods, fake foods, heavy metals, neurotoxins, and other legal substances. Our soul's blinded when living in a state of fear, the energetic state in which we are controllable. When our electromagnetic field is weakened from not connecting with the Earth's magnetic field. The mind is blinded when we believe only what is presented for us on the TV, only consuming mainstream narratives. The soul is blinded when we are kept in a low vibrational state of consciousness, and when we neglect to realize we can discern answers from within. The reflection of your soul, the callings of your heart, the baseline tendencies exhibited by your own free will, devoid of family, society, and established agreements of the collective, the want to be of service to others, and its galactic heritage in the multi-dimensional world of the reincarnated soul, the old soul. The old soul sees the inverted world of collective perception, a world where we love things and use people instead of loving people and using things, where we are to accept a lack of freedom, living in fear, shame, and not sharing our truths, instead of living in freedom, self-expression, love, and sovereignty, where we protest against the things that we hate, focused on the external, instead of promoting things we love and focus on internal change, where we look to the mainstream news for revolution and change we are all longing for, instead of the internal change necessary to alchemize world change from the ground up. The old soul sees a world full of information overload, multiple levels of distraction, and wondering where to find external sources of truth, instead of multiple levels of awareness, of woke, discerning answers from turning inward, where we turn to third parties, technology, synthetics, chemicals, and produced foods for healing, instead of turning to nature immersion, plants as medicine, and sometimes consuming nothing at all for healing. My soul sees a world where the change I want to see starts with the change I make from the inside out, while always recognizing in patience, acceptance, love, and forgiveness that the revolution won't be televised. It will be internalized. Shout out to the old soul. Shout out to the number 27. Shout out to anyone listening to this and feeling this shit.